necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Time now for New Business on Main Street with your host, Russell. Each week, Russell takes an in-depth look at another exciting business. To get in on the discussion, call toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, let's talk business. Your business. With today's guest, here's Russell.
Hi, good evening once again. Thank you very much for joining us right here on WNN. That's 1470 on the AM and 95.3 on the FM. And I'm excited because we have some great information. I know for those people who have been following us for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, we have been trying to give you some ideas of how you can sit at home and make some serious income and pay off all your bills and student loans, retire, whatever. So we want to give you a program today which will kind of enhance and build on all of that. We have Jane Manette. She was with us the last 2 times. And you have tons of compliments from all across the country, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You probably know what you're talking about because people were very impressed with you.
Well, I'm certainly passionate about what I talk about.
You are. So thank you very much for joining us today. Today, listen, what I really want to do is zero in on some specificities here.
Okay.
Number one, look, you have a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
Okay. There are people who also would like to have their own nonprofit organization.
Sure.
And you could coach them in order to have
Sure.
Okay.
It's not as complicated as we think. I work with a group of people who took all the pain out of it. So if that's what you want, if you have a passion to serve, if you have a desire, if you have a particular market you want to focus on, and you want to do it, and you want to form a nonprofit, give me a call, and I will be glad to point you in the direction of the consultants that I work with because they were very good. They took all the stress out of it, and I got it in the fastest possible time. I was amazed how fast I got it.
I know.
Yeah.
I
So
remember that.
if that's your passion, if you're interested, if you have a service or a project you want to implement, and you want the tax benefit and structure of a 501c3 status, that's good because you can collect. You can collect donations, you can collect property, you can collect gifts, and you can use those to perpetuate and promote your programs, whatever social programs that you want to promote. So by all means, I recommend that if you have a heart for that, organize yourself properly.
They can call you at 954-260-4017.
Exactly. You can call me at 954-260-4017.
Okay, you're really an entrepreneur, and I met you in 1985, and I think that at that time you were making almost $30,000 a month or something like that.
Yes.
And you came to Baldwin. You might want to tell that story someday.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was working in an outpatient psychiatric clinic as a psychotherapist, working with a psychiatrist, billing through his number, billing Blue Cross through his number, and some friends of mine came to town. And they were entertainers and actors, and they were like on. They had so much energy. They were so vibrant. They were so shiny. I said, "What do you guys do?" They said, "We take vitamins." I said, "You take what?" "You take vitamins." I said, "What are that?" And they told me. So I found the company, a local representative in a nearby neighborhood, started putting all of my clients on the vitamins. They had phenomenal results. And I didn't know it, but the company was represented in a network marketing industry. So that led me to explore network marketing, and eventually I got involved in it and just had some amazing success beyond anything that I can say I knew, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was passionate. I just knew that I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to set my own time. And I just kept doing the basic same things over and over and over and over, and just had phenomenal results. And not just me. Members of my team had wonderful results as well.
And that was back in the 80s.
That was early 80s when I got introduced to it.
Your last job was what?
Well, actually, I only had one job in my life, and I quit that. Because even when I worked as a psychotherapist, it wasn't a job. I was an independent contractor, setting on my own boss, setting my own time, working in partnerships. So I only had one job, and I decided, and I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't realize the implications. I decided that I didn't want a boss, that I'm self-directed, I'm self-motivated, I'm self-monitoring, I'm self-correcting. I don't need anybody telling me, when to do and what to do. So I had a short-term job, very impressive, very, very impressive. And I told them, no, I got this. Y'all go on with your job. I'll see you later. So at the decision, I decided I will never, ever work for anybody. There's nothing the matter with working. We all work for each other. We all
Of course,
serve each other.
of course.
But I knew that wasn't the structure that most complimented me. I needed the time freedom. I needed the flexibility. And I needed to choose the kind of people I work with. This gift of life is precious. And I believe you should only work with people that you enjoy, that you feel good about, and that you love working with and love and enjoy their presence. So I don't want to have to be forced to talk to everybody. I choose the people that I work with, and I choose based upon common values and common goals.
Okay. And so, as a result of that, you're doing now some consulting work on
Yes,
your own.
yes, absolutely.
Right,
I
right.
consult. I'm an executive organizational development consultant. I consult different kinds of companies and entrepreneurs and people that are in the process of making some transition in their life. The transition can be from a job to self-employment. The transition can be from a relationship to being single, or from being single to a relationship. I work with people that are in transition that tend to be high achievers.
Okay.
Yeah, they tend to be influencers and high achievers.
And then you also help people who want to be entrepreneurs. Because,
Yes.
But that is a step. But from working for somebody else to becoming an entrepreneur, there are certain steps.
Yes, and the thing about it's a very noble desire. It's a very understandable desire, particularly for women. But you just don't be programmed your whole life to work for somebody and wake up one day and say, I'm the boss of me. I mean, it's some habits and some principles and some practices and some skills that you need to be successful. And if you're teachable and coachable and you have a burning desire, then you've got it made. But you have to be teachable, coachable, and have a burning desire.
Well, a lot of people do join a networking organization, be it Amway, Shopee, Herbalife, New Skin, Prepaid, Legal, whatever. And sometimes they don't realize the success that they hoped they would have when they join. How come?
It's because several reasons. They really don't get the industry. They don't understand the behaviors that have to take place on a regular daily basis to produce income. The other thing is they probably are not working with a team that is either earning money significantly or is willing to take the time to invest in them. And they probably didn't develop, design, or create, or have someone create for them a personal development program. Because what network marketing is, it's the best place to learn how to be an entrepreneur. That's where I learned. I didn't know that. Universities don't teach that. They didn't teach me that in graduate school or undergraduate school. So if you don't develop an entrepreneurial attitude, if you don't study mindset, if you don't study your own personality and other personalities, and if you don't have a personal development program that you on every day, you're listening to tapes, listening to MP3s, watching DVDs, if you're not doing that, if that's not a inculcated a part of your being, the chances of you ever earning big money are nil. And these are people you see go from product to product to product, from company to company to company, because they think it's the company, but really it's them.
Okay.
It's their willingness and their understanding that the more they work on themselves, the more they earn.
So I hear you say that it's a personal development program.
It really is.
Okay, well, tell me more about that.
Someone said that network marketing is the most disguised personal development program in the world, because in order to be successful at talking to the 4 different personality types, for example, you have to know who you are. You have to know how to relate to people who are the opposite of you. You have to know how to relate to people who have different values, different cultures, different religions. So if you only know how to talk to one group of people, you're only going to be successful with 25% of the population. So people that are successful learn how to make everybody comfortable with them. And that's a skill. It's simply a skill.
Obviously.
It's a skill. And if you're willing to learn those skills, and another thing is that, you hear people in our industry say you don't have to sell anything. And that's partially true, but it's partially untrue.
Well, I thought everything was sales.
I think everything. You had to convince me to come here today. You did a sales job. So what happens, 95% of the world loves to buy.
Okay.
And only 5% love to sell. Do the math. You want to learn to be one of those people that get good at selling. Now, and my definition of selling I got from this really brilliant guy.
All right, what is it?
And he said that selling is not convincing somebody to buy something they don't need and can't afford. He said selling is skillfully revealing the value of something to such an extent that the person you're revealing the value to, uncovering the value to, wants to pay you for the service or object.
Well, that's
So
a different.
That's totally different.
So it's not trying to.
It's not trying to talk anybody into anything. It's not convincing. I don't know how to convince anybody of anything.
Okay. All right.
But what happens is that I know how to share value.
Right.
I know how to identify value. I know how to establish rapport. I know how to connect with another human being, no matter what the differences are in our age, gender, culture, race, whatever.
Will that be? Is it because you did NLP?
It's because of all. It's
with
because
Tony Robbins, I
It's,
believe.
no, it's not just that. That's a part of it, but it's because of all the training that I've had.
Oh, I see.
I'm continuously learning. I just finished a course in London for a year.
Oh.
I took a course in London on a particular type of coaching, and it was a year-long course, and I just finished it. So I'm always upgrading my skills. I'm always learning, always studying, always listening, and that's how you keep yourself on it.
Okay.
So the person who thinks that all they have to do is go get a lot of people and sell this product, and they're going to make a lot of money, they're very misguided.
And I think most people have not been told the truth.
No, they haven't.
Because it is a personal development program.
really is.
And it's only going to come to you, the big money, if you will, the $10,000 a month or $50,000 a month.
Or $100,000 a month, right?
Or better.
As people making it.
It's only going to come to you when you develop
Yourself.
your skill.
Yes, because the
as a
product,
person.
right, that's it.
Oh.
So the people put the emphasis on the product. The product works. The companies pay the bills. They send out the checks.
Right.
You're the X factor. Do you work? And do you work? I mean, have you bothered to get the skills and the training and the confidence level that it takes to talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime?
Okay. There's so much here because you're able to teach people all of that.
I
To
can
to
teach
become-
anybody that.
To become a super achiever.
I taught a group of people who didn't read or write any language how to make $10,000 a month. And this was in the 80s.
Okay.
So how much money is that today?
It's good money.
It's good money still.
It's good
So
money.
anyone who wants to learn, see, you can have a great personality, but you don't have the skills. You can have a burning desire, but you don't have the skills. You can have good contacts, but if you don't have the skills, I did a presentation once, and I said to the man, well, how'd you like my Easter speech, meaning my presentation? He said, it was terrible. You didn't open, you didn't close, you didn't ask for a decision. I said, oh. He said, but I'm going to join. I said, why? He said, because you're so passionate. Now, passion can take you a long way, but it can't take you all the way. You still need to get some skills.
So for those individuals who want to contact you for training,
Right. I do training and coaching. I teach you the skills that are necessary and to be successful in this industry, but guess what? They transfer to almost any industry because what they really are based upon is emotional intelligence.
so it's really basically a self-development program.
It really is.
So self-esteem, self-image, self-control, self-direction, all of those things.
Exactly.
So what books? If you were to give me a book to start with, what book would you recommend?
If a person said, I'm only going to read one book,
Right.
that would be The 1 Minute Millionaire. That one book is equal to reading about 35.
Is that by Mark Victor Hansen?
Exactly.
Okay.
That one book is equal to reading 35 books on success and personal development and leadership
Okay. All right. I haven't read
and
that.
mindset.
I haven't read that yet.
It's the most important book I
Okay.
have for an entrepreneur.
But a lot of people over the years, since the 40s,
Sure.
have said that Think and Grow Rich is the cornerstone and the foundation of a personal development
It
program.
really is.
Okay.
It really is. So I recommend Think and Grow Rich, The 1 Minute Millionaire, and for those who really want an added strength and power and magnetism and presence,
Right.
I recommend they read The Science of Getting Rich.
Oh.
Those 3 books will set you straight.
Right. Right.
Plus with some coaching, some specific skills. It'll help you develop the attitude, the confidence, the mindset to move forward.
I think I remember you saying at one point that if reading a book could make you rich, everyone could become rich.
Exactly.
Okay, now what? Come on, let's.
Okay, right. Now let me break
all
it
right,
down.
come
Let me
on.
break it down.
Okay.
Those books reinforce the principles and practices that you're learning. But many people have read those books and it didn't change their life because they just can't get it from a book. They need the experiential knowledge. They need the experience of knowing how to go about talking and changing their behavior and how to communicate with people.
Okay.
Right, and it's not complex, but
No?
learning these skills is not complex, but it's very powerful, and without them, you don't make it.
So you were able to do that. You were able to.
I've been able to do it over and over and over and over and over again.
Okay. Got a history of that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, again, do you have a website?
Sure, you can reach me at janemanettecoaching.com. That's JANE Manette MANNETTE coaching.com.
Okay. What I want to do is take a break here, and on the other side, we will come back and we will talk about some of the techniques, strategies, and skills that you help us with, so we
Sure.
can become very successful.
Sure.
Okay, you're listening to Real Radio, and this is South Florida, WNN. That's 1470 on the AM, 95.3 on the FM. We'll be back in just a moment.
Welcome to the New Business on Main Street. www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Networking has come of age, and many of our solid, stable, and financially free networking companies are now on the Dow and the NASDAQ. Many of the stocks of these premier companies have had serious gains in the past few years. Warren Buffett said, investing in networking has been the best investment I have ever made. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says rich people build networks, poor people look for jobs. Donald Trump has made millions of dollars from networking. Paul Zane Felser, an economic advisor, and Malcolm Gladwell, author of the book The Tipping Point, says billions of dollars will be transferred to networkers over the next 10 years. Malcolm Gladwell says future generations will become very wealthy using word-of-mouth advertising. He says 67% of all goods and services are purchased by recommendations and referrals. Your economic future is in the hands of word-of-mouth advertising. It is the new way of doing business on Main Street and Wall Street. You can join us in acquiring economic freedom and security coupled with time freedom. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. That's www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. President Calvin Coolidge said, "Nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than the unsuccessful man with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The problems of our society will be answered by those who are persistent and who are dedicated to change things for the better. Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Steve Jobs said, life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you can call life was made up by people no smarter than you, and you can change it. You can influence it. Once you learn that, you will never be the same again. Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com or call 561-302-2588. You're listening to today's edition of New Business on Main Street. To join the show, call in toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, back to the business at hand. Here's Russell.
Okay, back once again, and thank you very much for joining us. This is the New Business on Main Street. We come to you each and every Wednesday from 5 until 6. Nice drive time, huh? See people on the highway.
Sure.
And we have a captive audience.
That's
they
right.
Can't get off the highway. They have to listen to us.
So we've got you.
I love it. So we got you. Jane, I just finished watching a motion picture called The Founder.
Yes, I watched that too.
The story of Ray Kroc. Okay, so if I'm at Harvard, Yale, MIT, Princeton, they do case studies.
Sure.
This is a case study.
This is a case study.
What is my takeaway watching that motion picture?
Well, I'll tell you some of my takeaways. Number one is that you don't have to manufacture, create, design anything to be magnificently successful. You can take someone else's idea, someone else's project, someone else's product, and make all the money you want. That was one. Mm-hmm. Okay, most people think, well, what is this great idea? I don't have to have. You can take someone else's idea and you can market it. Mm-hmm. Number two is that you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to have all the skills. And this is one of the biggest, most harmful things that our educational system has done to us. They're constantly suggesting that we have to be good at everything. Mm-hmm. You really only have to be good at what you love.
Okay.
All you have to do is go with what you love, be good at what you love, what you love, and then you partnership, whether it's an employee or a consultant or a coach or a trainer, you partnership with people in those areas where you're not strong, but they are. So you don't have to become a jack of all trades to be successful. You'll be more successful if you focus on what you love and do what you know and perfect the skills that are associated and required to do what you love. So he didn't know everything. He attracted people who brought the money. He attracted people who showed him how to structure. He attracted people that allows his family and foundations to still to this day benefit by putting the emphasis on owning the real estate,
The land.
the strategy, the land,
Right,
the land.
right.
So he took other people's ideas, he took other people's products, he used other people's skills and strategies. But what he brought to the table is he was an innovator. He was persistent. He didn't give up. He had vision. He could see far beyond where most people could see. And even it was a painful process for him sometimes because he made great sacrifices to accomplish what he did. But his persistence and his vision is what got him there. And then he was coachable. He listened to other people.
He did.
When experts came and says, no, you don't need to do it this way, he listened.
Okay.
So the average, sometimes the entrepreneur feels they have to do everything, they have to know everything, and they feel that this one-man show is the way to do it. Successful people surround themselves with people that know more than they do in different areas.
So it's an excellent takeaway.
Lots of takeaways for me.
Right. I think Henry Ford did the same kind of
Same thing.
You know, he hired all the people
Yeah.
who had more expertise than he
That's right.
in order to put those cars on
Exactly.
the road. Yeah.
And another thing is that you have to be willing to get it wrong. You have to be willing to they call that beta tested. You have to be willing to try something. If it doesn't work, try something else. You don't just try one time, and if that doesn't work, say, oh my God, it didn't work, so I'm finished. He tried many different approaches, but he kept his goals, he kept his vision, and he continued to press on.
One of the things I noticed in that motion picture is that when he got to the motel or the hotel, what he would do in the evening, besides having, a little Coke and a Canadian Club,
Right, that's what he liked.
was that he would listen to records.
Absolutely.
And it was one of the things, one of the records that he was listening to was by Napoleon Hill. No, it was by Earl Nightingale.
Right, Earl Nightingale he was listening to.
And he did a poem in that. It says, nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than the unsuccessful man with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Only persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The problems of humanity have always been solved and will continue to be solved by those individuals who are persistent and dedicated to achieving their goals and objectives. I like that very much.
Oh, very
much.
much.
So now network marketing is very much the same thing, is it not?
It's the same thing, same requirements, same requirements.
Well, tell me about that.
Well, network marketing has come of age. It's time for network marketing because as the job situation is changing through to automation and outsourcing and all the things that are going on in our society, and people want to blame somebody. Nobody owes you a job. Nobody owes you a living. If you have to figure out a way how to use the resources around you to create the income that you want for the lifestyle that you feel you deserve. So many jobs are phasing out. So many jobs will be phasing out in the next 5 to 10 years. We'll even forget that they ever existed because of automation. But is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's phenomenal opportunity. That means you get a chance to do what you love, what you're good at, and you get a chance to structure it in partnership with people that share your values and goals. So network marketing is perfect for this time. This is the most exciting time to be alive. Never in the history of the world have so many people accomplished so much and produced so much wealth. So this is not a bad time. This is a great time to be alive. And it's a great time to be, if you're not an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter if you're 75, you're 17, you can learn.
Okay. I hear you over and over again say that you have to have a purpose, a goal, objective.
You have to have a vision.
You have to find your burning desire.
Right. You have to know what you want.
Listen, I'm still stumbling, trying to find mine.
He's teasing everybody. He knows his purpose.
No. How does one find a purpose, a goal? How do I find why am I here on this planet?
That's interesting, but that's one of the main reasons people call me as a consultant and as a coach, You know, they say I have this problem, but what it really is they're not clear about their purpose. And it's one of the simplest things to help people find. But I can tell you that your inner self already knows it.
I see.
The part of you that's unlimited, that's wise, that's all-knowing, that's compassionate, that's loving, that part of you knows it, but that's the part we don't communicate with too often. So that's why we feel out of sync with our true purpose. But that's an easy thing to discover. So if anyone is listening to me, and you've done a lot of things, but you still don't really know what's your thing, call me. Call Jane, 954-260-4017. It won't take long. It won't even take 10 sessions. In just a few sessions, we will get total clarity, crystal clear clarity about the thing that makes your heart sing.
You know, one of the things that I've discovered in my recent years is that if you don't have a coach, you will make tremendous mistakes in your life.
And it's so expensive.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my God, you fail and you...
I can't...
Oh.
I don't want to go through... You know, I don't want to make you cry.
No, I know. But people that don't invest in their supporting themselves,
right,
in their own support system, they're really missing the mark. You know, I've invested more in me than I have in anything.
Okay.
That I am my greatest asset, and that I can go to any country, anywhere. Just drop me down. I don't even have to speak the language. And just leave me there and I'll figure it out.
Well, you spent 7 years in Nigeria.
And that was a foreign place.
Okay.
It was very foreign.
Very, very foreign. Why? I'm just curious why.
Well, I wanted to go where I could take my skills and my talents and my education and my understanding and take it to a group of people that I know were hungry for it. It was an amazing process. I mean, it's like I got 10 PhDs in life there.
Right.
I learned so much about culture, so much about different classes, different ethnic groups, and I learned about myself. I learned how American I really was, and how much I had been shaped by some American values.
Well, it's almost impossible to escape your culture.
No, absolutely. So I became more aware of my own culture and more aware of the good things in my culture, and aware of some of the things that are not so great. We as Americans tend to be kind of arrogant.
I understand.
And impatient.
I understand. I speak one language. But maybe somebody out there can help me at least speak Spanish or something.
You can get a tape and play Spanish.
But I got a tape. You know, buenos dias, buenos tardes.
So you
buenas
need
noches.
to talk to a person. You're more personable.
Yeah, I need a coach to really learn the language and be.
That's the fastest way.
Is that right?
Several years ago, I went to Mexico for 2 weeks and stayed a year.
Oh.
Okay, that's what you can do when you have residual income.
Okay.
And during that year, I learned to speak Spanish because I didn't speak a word of Spanish when I was there. So I learned to speak, and it's really helpful. And also, I went to Jamaica once for a holiday and bought a villa and stayed a year. So residual income has been very good to me. It's given me the freedom, the flexibility to live the kind of lifestyle that I want.
A lot of people would want to have that kind of lifestyle.
They can have it.
No. The 70-80% of the people who drive up and down 95 hate the job, hate the boss, hate the commute, and they feel stuck. How do you get unstuck?
Well, first of all, they need to realize that they are.
Okay.
And let me tell you, the difference between a person who's making $100,000 a year or $50,000 a month is not IQ.
Okay.
It's not IQ. In fact, IQ only contributes to 20% of a person's success. It's their emotional IQ that predicts 70%.
All right.
So if you think that because you don't have an education, because you don't have certification, because you don't have a rich family, because you never did it before, that those are beliefs that you have, and it is your limiting beliefs that are holding you back.
I see.
So everybody is where they are because of what they believe.
I see.
And then we treat these feelings and beliefs as if they're concrete reality, and then we start organizing our life and making life choices around things we just made up. They're just stories we made up to ourselves, and we treat them like they're real.
Yeah, you know, I was watching another motion picture by Steve Jobs, and he says, and I paraphrase it, I can't remember verbatim, but he says, life can be much broader once you understand one simple thing, that everything around you, cars, the plane, the building, the table, happen to have been created by people no smarter than you.
No smarter.
And he says, you can mold it, you can manipulate it, you can change it, or you can make a product and sell it to them.
Right.
But once you understand that and internalize that, you'll never be the same again.
And the reason again I like network marketing is because you don't have to manufacture anything, you don't have
Right.
to distribute anything, you don't have to ship anything, you don't have to pay a staff. All the big risk factors are taken care of for you. And for the person who's just starting as an entrepreneur, it's the best platform because you get the best education and you can win if you're willing to submit yourself to the discipline of being coached in a personal development program.
I've been around the field for a year or two or three.
Yes, and you have done very well.
No, I've been lucky.
Yes,
It's
you've
called
been
lucky.
fortunate.
I had a coach.
Yes, of course.
But a break time. Okay. Hey, listen, we'll come back and talk about some of your experiences
And some of yours.
and some of your successes.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening to us. We WNN 1470 on the AM and 95.3 on the FM. We'll be back just a moment right here on the Health and Wealth Station in South Florida.
You don't need anyone to tell you that times are tough. You have probably been searching for that elusive, guaranteed, secure job with all those wonderful benefits. Well, those jobs are gone. Downsized, outsourced, capsized, and eliminated by technology. It's a new day. We have to adopt new ways of earning a serious income. So, if you are positive, bright, friendly, ambitious, and have vision, we can help you. We have an international marketing company expanding in your area, and we are seeking someone with experience in teaching, public speaking, or who has owned or operated a business. For further information, go to www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are self-confident and you have strong self-image, self-esteem, we can help you. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com if you are willing to take risk and you are willing to educate yourself. Then the income for your future is unlimited. Call 561-302-2588. It's the New Business on Main Street. An ad placed in a newspaper in 1908 by Ernest Shackleton, who wanted to be the first man to cross Antarctica, read this way: men wanted for a hazardous journey. Small wages, bitter cold, long months of complete darkness, constant danger, safe return doubtful, honor and recognition in case of success. 27 men answered the ad and went with him on the failed expedition. Today we have social media marketing, and we are seeking men and women to market a new product internationally. The business is open in 30 countries. Commission income only. Extremely small starting income in the beginning. A 6-figure lifetime residual income is possible after 3 to 5 years of hard work. Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com or call 561-302-2588. You're listening to today's edition of New Business on Main Street. To join the show, call in toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, back to the business at hand. Here's Russell.
And that's 1470 on the AM, 95.3 on the FM. Really appreciate you guys being here. Listen, Jane, I really respect you and like you.
Thank you.
You have a lot of skills.
Thank you.
Why did you get into network marketing? I mean, but you kind of indicated that early on.
Right.
That you want your freedom, independence.
Right, but there was another reason.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I wanted to leverage my impact.
Okay.
I wanted to have as much impact as I could on as many people as I could. I used to do like individual therapy, and I got bored with that. Then I used to do group therapy, and I got bored with that. I wanted to deal with larger and larger groups. So it's my desire to influence, teach, train, motivate, inspire large numbers of people that really fed my desire. Because there are a lot of ways I can make money. Mm-hmm. I can make money in a lot of different fields. But I chose this field because it's a phenomenal way to impact the lives of lots of people.
A lot of people don't know the scope of the industry. Could you give us some background?
Oh,
where is the industry today?
Oh, the industry.
Give us some numbers.
It's 180 billion.
Okay.
That's the worldwide income it's generating. Mm-hmm. It generates more money than the NFL, more money than the movie industry, and more money than the music industry, all three combined. Now we know how big the movie industry is.
Of course.
We know how big the music industry is.
Yes.
And the NFL. Imagine all of those incomes combined. Network marketing outproduces that.
Wow.
But most people don't realize that.
Yeah. I guess because it's not taught yet.
It's not taught.
And there's a proviso out. There's a college, Bethany College in Kentucky. They have a degree in network marketing now. And then Dr. Charles King, a PhD Harvard graduate, he teaches at the University of Illinois, Chicago. He teaches a module in his MBA program. So those are the only two things I know of. But go right ahead.
Well, it's not, and not only are they not teaching it, what is being taught in our educational system, for the most part, is totally obsolete. The jobs that children are being trained to work, they won't even exist in 10 years.
Right.
Automation and innovation is happening so fast that the education system is teaching information that was relevant 50 years ago. So not only are people going to find themselves without a means, without being able to leverage their formal education, Napoleon Hill says it's not formal education that makes you wealthy. It's specialized knowledge. And network marketing and what I teach and what I coach on and what I train on is specialized knowledge. And it's specialized knowledge. And in fact, the difference between earnings of somebody, I've met people in network marketing who had no high school diploma that were making $100,000 a month.
Right.
So it's not formal education, and it is not IQ. It is EQ. It's emotional intelligence.
So people, when they call you, you can walk them through the maze, so to speak,
Yes,
the labyrinth of
exactly.
the difficulties of
Exactly.
it.
I do an assessment on them first.
Right.
And then I create a personal development program for them and a track for them to run on. Everybody's different. Some people come with phenomenal networks, large influence, but they don't have the skills to talk to them. So then we work on the skills. Some people have phenomenal skills, but they don't have a network. So it depends. That's the reason individual coaching is so powerful, because it's not one shop fit all. I curtail and create a personal development program for that person where they are.
Well, it sounds like you have to do a little homework in order to be successful in this field.
You do.
Well, a lot of people think they can sign up, buy a case of product,
Put it
magically,
under their bed, and their sleep is gonna happen.
and next week I get a check for $10,000.
You know, I got introduced to network marketing early 80s, and I'm
Right.
still learning.
Right.
And I'm very thankful that I just found a revolutionary, innovative network marketing company that has taken everything out of network marketing that we don't like.
All right, let's talk about that.
Okay, I found a company where there's no sign-up fee, no auto ship, no website fee, no monthly quotas, no annual fee. See, a lot of times when people are getting started, they have to decide, do I pay my cell phone bill or do I pay this auto ship?
True.
So imagine being in a company where you can go as fast as you want to go, and you can introduce all your family and friends and encourage them to use these natural organic products that are better than anything they can buy from the store. And at the same time, there's no pressure on them to buy, and that you get paid off their collective volume, and you can build a global business.
Well, I've been around the industry at least 40 years and studied the industry. It's 70 years old now, Amway, Shackler, Herbalife, New Skin, etc. But what's this? Most 99% of those companies have an auto ship, a
All of
sign-up
them
fee,
have. Every one
a
of them.
website fee,
Right.
a hosting fee.
All of that.
Okay, so you say you have found.
I found a company with, I want to repeat it, no sign-up fee. Listen to that.
Right.
You can literally start your business with no money, with nothing but desire. Because you can grow to the top by sharing the product with people who value the product, and that can help you grow your business and get to the top and earn money. So you don't have to come with any money out of your pocket if you don't have it. So because some people want to, but where are they going to get it? They're behind in their house, they're behind in their car note, they're behind in their mortgage, their insurance, they can hardly keep up with the insurance of the school fees for the children. So here's an opportunity, no sign-up fee, no auto ship, no monthly quota, no quotas of any kind. So you just share the benefits of ordering the product online, ordering the product for yourself, and the kind of products they have, people are already spending $200, $250 a month on these products anyway. In fact, they have, listen to this, the products are of such high quality. They have a dishwashing liquid. Everybody uses dishwashing liquid. But this dishwashing liquid, you can wash your vegetables and fruits with. That's how natural it is.
Okay.
So the products are natural, the products are organic, the products are the latest science and technology, and then they have some wellness products that are just off the chart.
So it's a new company.
Well, actually, it's new to me, but
Okay.
it's been around for 10 years. They've got over 8 million people worldwide, and they've done over $1 billion in business. But nobody in America, we hardly know anything about it.
Why?
Because it was started in Korea, and it's shared among Koreans, and because of cultural differences and language barriers, they just used the product and didn't tell English-speaking people about it.
So is so is in Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore?
They haven't opened in China yet, which is the biggest
But
market
I'm saying,
in the world.
but we have
It's, right. Oh yeah.
Vietnam, Thailand.
It's Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia. They open in Mexico. They're open in Canada. They're open in North America. Their next focus is going to be Central and South America.
So how would call you?
All you have to do is call me. I give you some information. You plug it in, check it out for yourself. Get registered. It takes 5 minutes to register, and then you are free to share those products with the world.
Well, it's really different because it sounds like they've taken the pain out of joining a company, if you will.
Not only did they take the pain out, they made listen to this now. This is what's genius. They made the marketing plan reinforce the behaviors necessary to be successful. So marketing plans are just, they don't have any relationship to success for the average person, but in able to make it in this marketing plan, you have to help other people.
Oh, I see.
And see, that's not really true. So you have to work collectively in order to benefit. So I'm excited about it. And the reason I'm excited about it is because I'm using it for my foundation. I have a foundation devoted to helping women and youth learn the principles, practice, and habits of successful entrepreneurs so women don't have to depend on a job or a man.
Okay, I hear that.
So that
All
they
right.
can be self-sustained.
Excuse me.
Right? That's okay. we want your money, but we don't want to have to depend on your money. We want our own money. If there are any women out there, please call me and tell me you agree. 954-260-4017. This depending on a man for anything has not worked out.
I heard
this
that.
Depending on a job does not give you the lifestyle you want. So I want to teach women that they're God-given talent. See, all the stuff that everybody's trying to learn, women already know.
Okay.
They can listen, they're compassionate, they're caring.
They have that sixth sense.
They've got that sixth sense, that female that we have to try to teach you guys.
I know. I know.
So they have.
I'm willing to learn.
They already have 80% of the stuff that most people have to learn. All they need is a strategy and a few corrections here and there.
All right.
Yes.
Well, listen, Eric Hoffer, a great writer, he says those people who wanting to learn and develop will inherit the earth.
They will.
He said the learned, the people who think, I know it all. I got a PhD, I'm the doctor so-and-so, professor so-and-so.
Right.
He said the learned will live in a world that no longer exists.
They become obsolete.
Okay.
Because
so things are moving so fast.
Listen, technology is changing so fast. If you bought a cell phone last month, it's outdated now.
if you bought a car yesterday.
Okay, it's outdated. If you bought one of those games that children play, it's outdated now. 3 months ago. They want something else now. Right.
I think it's about break time, too. Let's take a break here. Listen, again, Jane Manette, she's a personal trainer, been a practicing
NLP practitioner.
NLP practitioner.
Yes.
I'm a
clarity coach practitioner.
And you work with Les Brown, Tony Robbins, and other people.
Sure.
And so you have a lot of skills to pass on.
I really do. For those people who are ready.
Okay.
Now I'm very, very clear about my talent and my time and what time I am, what time in life it is.
Right.
I'm only interested in working with people that are serious.
Certainly. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Right.
Is that the phrase?
And I devote myself to those people who have devoted themselves to their goals and dreams.
Okay. So to get in contact with Jane, call her 954-260-4017. Again, 954-260-4017. We'll be back in a moment right here on the Health and Wealth Station of Boca Raton.
Like you and millions of Americans, I grew up believing that if you worked hard and got a good education and played by the rules, you could find a secure job and take care of your family. But for too many hardworking people, that's not the way things are today. The good jobs for us and our children are not there anymore. 54% of our college graduates are either unemployed or underemployed, and many of them are now going back home to live with a family because they cannot meet their obligations living alone. Student loans have now topped $1.1 trillion with no hope of ever being repaid. The average American has no savings at all. The unofficial number for unemployment is more than 20%. We have a problem. There must be a better way. Go to New Business on Main Street. See that there is a better way. Join us with a better way. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com or call 561-302-2588. That's 561-302-2588. The world is changing faster than ever. Technology is accelerating, job security is declining, and income inequality is increasing. People are overworked and underpaid with less time freedom. People are left wondering if there is a better way. Yes, there is a better way. Social media marketing and networking are the new ways of earning economic security and time freedom in the 21st century. Call Russ, 561-302-2588, and let him help you find the better way. The documentary Rise Movie brings together today's best experts and thought leaders to explain how you should now view work and wealth. Your search for a better way is over. The answer is here. Your future awaits, and there are no limits. Please view risemovie.com or call 561-302-2588. Join us at newbusinessonmainstreet.com. You're listening to today's edition of New Business on Main Street. To join the show, call in toll-free 888-565-1470. Now, back to the business at hand. Here's Russell.
Know you have the skills, know you have the drive, but you just don't know how to go about it. Call me, 954-260-4017. So I'm looking for people that need time freedom, and I'm looking for people that need financial independence.
Well, look at the millennials.
Yes.
Those born between 1977
Yes.
and year 2000,
Yes.
there are 92 million of those individuals.
Sure.
And the last statistic I had peeped at is that they owe $1.1 trillion for student loans, and many of them having a tough time to pay for that.
Absolutely.
54% of them who graduate from Syracuse or American University, et cetera, are now unemployed or underemployed. How do we help those individuals? How do we do that?
They need to understand that they were educated, that they were told, they were misled. They thought that when they signed on the dotted line and got educated, it would guarantee them the good life. Not only does it not guarantee them the good life, the price of the good life has doubled or tripled since they started. Right. So they need to reorientate themselves and find a service to fill a need and fill it. Right. So you have to find a need and fill the need. So there are not going to be any jobs for them. Jobs are shrinking, not expanding.
Right.
And the people that are going to be happy are people that are forming partnerships and collectives and working together as a team to win. And this is what I do with this network marketing. It's a collective effort.
Mm-hmm. Well, Donald Trump the other day, the President Trump, if you will, he's saying that he wants to put people back to work. Why don't you give him a proposal? Why don't you call the White House? Why don't you say, hey, I got some alternatives? Yeah. Does that make sense? Or am I wrong?
Well, what I'm saying is that it certainly wouldn't be about jobs. I would give him,
I'm
talking about creating an entrepreneurial training program. No, he understands that.
Network marketing?
Yeah, well, he had a network marketing company.
And he's made millions and millions of dollars doing this. Okay.
He has. He understands
Paul Zane
that.
Pilzer.
Yes.
Malcolm Gladwell.
Right.
Robert Kiyosaki.
They understand
all of them understand this
And
industry.
all of them are saying network marketing is the solution, the financial solution for the challenges that people are having, creating a positive lifestyle and getting an income that supports it.
How do we get the word out? How do we get the like you say, you're looking for the people who are teachers and who are preachers?
I'm looking for teachers, trainers, preachers, coaches, anyone that's in the speaking industry.
Okay.
Because, see, I have this foundation and I need help with it. I need donations, of course, but I need somebody to organize my crowdfunding program. I need someone to update my website. I need someone who knows how to work with different groups. So all of these people that we're talking about, the millennials, the retirees, the veterans, the women, they all have a special need, and that is they need to be re-educated about how to become self-sufficient.
Okay.
Because they've been told a job is the answer, and a job is not the answer.
Okay, I would say give Jane a call because she's willing to train us, she's willing to help us, she's willing to open our eyes
Right.
to the possibility of having financial security, independence, safety, and time freedom. Who doesn't want that?
Exactly.
And so your number is 954-260-4017. Again, that number is 954-260-4017. When you are talking to people, I like to read this poem. This
Sure.
is Rich DeVos.
Sure.
He says, when a person has seen the light or has been possessed by a dream or captured by an ideal, that person must not rest until that dream or that ideal can be shared with others. One dare not hold the treasure alone or it will disappear as dewdrops in the sunlight.
It will.
Now, the sharing of dreams and ideals can be a lonely business because people have to look up to the light or to tune their ears to the voices of angels. And sometimes it's difficult. But he says, the light is always shining and the angels are always singing, and only human limitations causes us to miss them. God bless those men and women who do see the light and who do share the concept of network marketing and other business enterprises for the masses.
Yes, it's limiting beliefs.
Right.
Self-limiting, sabotaging beliefs that limit people.
But you can help them get
Sure,
over that.
that's what I'm a specialist at.
Okay, we have 3 minutes left. Jane, in the next 2 minutes, a minute and a half, what would you say to people who
I
are
would say
listening?
that we live in one of the greatest countries in the world, and this is one of the most exciting times to be alive.
3 minutes.
And that this is a time where your passion, your skill, your authenticity is what's in demand. The world needs what you have to offer. If you're in a situation where you're not appreciated, you don't earn what you want, try something else. You don't have to give up what you're doing. You don't have to have any insecurity. Just start your own business part-time. If you're in a situation where you love what you do, but it doesn't pay you what you want, start something part-time. If you've had a dream or a desire and you just need a system to put in place that allows you to finance that dream or desire, wonderful. If you want to start your own foundation, there's a passion in you, there's something burning in you, something you want to do and give back to humanity, allow me to show you how to get that structured.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking for the person who's looking for me. I'm looking for the person who's ready to take some action. I'm looking for people that are in transition and who want to take the next step in their life, and they know they need someone to talk to about it.
There's a poem says, doubt sees the obstacles, but faith sees the way.
2 minutes.
Doubt sees the darkest night, but faith sees the day.
Sure.
Doubt dreads to take a step, but faith soars on high.
Sure.
Doubt questions who believes,
Sure.
but faith answers I.
Sure.
I believe that there are a lot of people listening to you now. All you need is one. Right? One.
I really need 10, but
Okay. All right.
I'm looking for 10 key people.
Jesus had 12.
That's why I only need 10.
You don't need 10. Well, Jane, thank you very, 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 very much for being here, because
And thank you.
without you, I would be stumbling and fumbling. I wouldn't know how to do this program. But because you're so articulate, you saved the day.
Oh my God, that's true. That's not true at all. He would have a fabulous program with or without me. But I thank you for the opportunity to let people know what I do and that I'm here.
All right, 954-260-4017. Next week, same time, same place, right here, WNN,
Thank you.
the health and wealth station of South Florida. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye now.
Men and women are wanted for a new business on Main Street. The requirements are you must be self-directed, persistent, and have the willingness to succeed. If, after your difficult work, you succeed, a lifetime annual six-figure income is available. If interested, go to www.newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are despondent, broke, and not satisfied with life, then change your life. Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. If you are not happy, then change your life. To change your life, you must change your life. So go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com and change your life. Call 561-302-2588.